What's good with it? I'm coming to y'all with another episode on the Mar17 podcast. Make sure y'all get down in that description. Check out my socials, to my Instagram, TikTok, etc., etc. Make sure y'all do the normal, like, comment, and subscribe. We finna get right into it. So today, I'm about to go over some of the LA riots and where I feel like black people should stand with illegal immigrants or whatever you want to call them. Latinos, anything, whatever y'all want to call them. But anyways, we're going to get right into it. So where do I feel like black people should stand on this side of the riots and Trump's madness, all this crazy stuff going on? So the way I done altered my mind is anything that's even an ounce of division, I'm not even with it at all. That's just me personally. This is almost a personal video, but at the same time, it's really a message. This is a message. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. So what do I mean by if it's an ounce of division, I ain't even paying attention to it? I mean, I see comments like Mexicans don't stand with black people, so I ain't standing for that's division. And with it being so AI ridden, everything, I don't know what's what. So anything that even sound like division, it automatically canceled out of my mind. I'm not even trying to hear none of it. So, but let's say these are real people. Let's say these are real people saying, well, the Mexicans don't stand with blacks. Okay. You see how that's automatic division? That automatically strays you away from talking about anything of substance and literally just pointing fingers. The blame game. I, for one, believe that all people on this earth are almost fighting a common issue. Some might just be fighting a different issue, but it wears the same outfit. Okay? You might be going through famine. You might be going through wealth gaps. You might be going through no rights. He might be going through, I don't know, the women can't work. You never know. But I feel like on the basis of it, we are fighting almost a common enemy. But I'm going to keep this, in America, because this is what this is about. This is about these LA riots. So Trump done enacted a wartime measure called the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I think. I think that's what it's called. But he enacted that. I'm going to read it out to y'all. See, this is a wartime act that allows the president to detain or deport citizens of enemy nations during wartime or when facing an invasion or predatory incursion. And if you ain't been living on the rock, you know what's going on. They snatching up anybody up out the streets. Legal, illegal, it don't even matter. They just snatching them up off the streets, throwing them in the white van, whatever. You don't even have to have a hearing. So what some of my people want to say is, what that got to do with me? And anytime you want to think like that, I'm just saying y'all lessening the chances of other people that you for sure need to, whenever it's your time. I'm not saying this exact thing's gonna happen, but whenever it's your time to go through whatever type of oppression, and I'm not here to argue. Yes, I know we are still oppressed, so I'm not here to negate our oppression or anything, but I'm just saying, anytime we want to seclude ourselves, and this doesn't mean just go out there and riot for the Mexicans. This don't mean go out there and shoot the cops for the Latino. This it's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is tread lightly when you want to sow division with your wording. Just tread real lightly, because we get the inclination that they just targeting Mexicans or they just targeting illegals. Well, if you know anything about this system, I would damn near argue that they don't give a fuck if it's Mexican, Honduras, African American. If you know this system, you don't think they're gonna try to play some of these tactics on legal citizens that I just went over how they're literally they're targeting legal citizens now. And this is why I said tread lightly with that, because okay, let's say they get all the illegals out of here. That's game over. You think it stops there? No, it doesn't. It don't stop there. They're coming after you next. And that's what I'm saying. Watch how comfortable y'all try to get with this wording. Oh, Mexicans didn't fight for us during slavery. First off, it's another division tactic, because we're just going to go around in circles arguing about the shit that does not matter. Yeah, the shit that matters is standing up to unjust, standing up to evil. That's what matters. See, a lot of y'all want to do this. Nah, we don't gotta stand up for the Mexicans. We don't gotta do that. And I'm not saying going out there and riot with them. You would be a fool to just straight up riot without any information, without any real cause. That's stupid. See, anytime you see a black person or anybody for that matter saying why we got to stand up for the Mexicans, why we got to help the Mexicans, they ain't helping us. 9 times out of 10, that person is scared to even throw a rock for his own people. So you can automatically dismiss that as just dumb shit and cowardice. That's all it is. If they have a knee on our neck, are you going to go in there and kick their ass? No, you're going to sit there and record. So don't give me that, we ain't going to stand up because it's Mexican, because it's Latinos. That's not what it is. You're fucking scared. That's all it is. You're just scared. And you're using that as a scapegoat tactic. All I'm saying is, if they get the idea that we can literally go pull people off the streets and deport them without any hearings, without anything we could to Somalia, Algeria, El Salvador, we could just do that on them. See, the Mexicans, the illegal immigrants, whatever you want to call them, they a test run. They testing it out. They gonna see ICE is a business. America's a business. Trump is a businessman. This is all about business. Yeah, they want to make it more white. We get it. But this you don't think this rakes in hella money? Come on now, this is a business. And what do businesses do whenever they run out of sources of their money? You don't think they go try other ventures? Other people of color? Come on now. Get real. See, I'm not even trying to come off like I'm the activist of the year. I'm not in LA, I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. You know? It's only so much I can do. You feel me? So this part of the message to my people, don't get too comfortable now. Black folks in America, don't get too comfortable. You know, I see the going at it between the Mexicans and the blacks on social media. You know, they go back and forth. Well, they're going to deport you next. You know, sometimes I don't appreciate some of the hostility that they show towards my people that's dumb. Because it's like when you showing that, it's coming from a place like, oh, you're going to be next, bitch ass nigga. But then I can see where you got to let that energy off if you trying to counteract the energy that's given to you. So I see it. I don't know. I'm just fed up with the don't fight other people's fight or stay out of their business. When really what affects one affects all. We just so out the loop and so divided, we don't even see that. Especially when we're so close. We're all in this one country. You don't think what affects the Mexicans ain't gonna come around and affect the blacks? You're crazy if it don't. And if you're on the pessimistic side, you damn near happy to see them gone. Because you could see what affects them affects us. Y'all like to say they're taking our jobs. Da-da-da-da-da. Well, that's a keen example of what affects one affects all. All I'm saying is you really got to close your mouth if you won't even fight for yourself. Fuck fighting for your own people. You know, a lot of y'all won't even fight for yourself, and then you want to get online or get on public spaces, and then y'all want to confess to the world how everybody's against us and nobody helps us when we're going through it. But then nobody wants to fight for themselves. So stop with the scapegoat and cowardice. You don't give a damn that it ain't your fight. You don't want to fight to begin with. You don't give a damn that ain't your people. You weren't going to fight if it was your people. So that's just a bunch of cap that everybody's used to and everybody's sick of it, for real. Stop the cap. What I'm saying is we're all in master living room. Master make the laws and master gonna enact the laws. Until somebody can pass a law. Any of y'all want to get up there and go pass a law? No, okay, well, you're in master's living room and master make the rules. I, for one, am against unjust and evil. I'm taking steps. You know, I'm not about to get on here and be like, hey, I did this for them. Hey, I did this for my community. That's not even real activist shit. But you got to take small, tedious steps to get to where you got to get to. And I feel like educating yourself and stop with the ignorance. That's the first step. Just educate yourself and stop with the ignorance. Yeah, stop being so damn comfortable because it's about to get real uncomfortable. And I ain't even gonna lie. I'm praying for some uncomfortableness for certain people because we need it bad. We're way too comfortable with a bunch of fake shit. The money fake. The industry fake. The materials fake. Look at what China exposed. Didn't know why it took so long for y'all to know that the shit you're buying is cheap and priced out the ass so you could say you got it. But it's fake shit. I stand for the human race on this one. I don't think any little boys should be separated from their family. And I'm not about to get into all the laws, because who gave who a right to make laws for what? The law don't even exist. It's about power. It's not about the law. It's about power. What can I do about it? Very little. Very little. We're divided. I can barely do, for my own people. We're divided. A bunch of the changes that you want to see is not gonna. It's not even gonna ring true for at least another century, probably, because we're decades behind. So yeah, we can protest, we can riot. That's just not my style. I think the long, tedious work, the education part, the fearlessness to fight for what's right, that part's more adamant to me. But we can, if you think that you should riot, throw shit at cops, and it'll be better, it won't. But, when you're limited, you can only think of so much. That anger got to come out somewhere. But this is supposed to be a little shorter video. But yeah, I kind of had to go in on it. Like I was saying, I'm not saying go down to LA or wherever they riot, go riot. And I'm not saying don't either. If you feel like that's you, then that's you. If you feel like you shouldn't fight for a single soul but yourself, go ahead. I'm never going to be the one to tell you what to do. I'm just going to point out the facts. The facts is they don't want a bunch of us in the country. The fact, and who knows who is the they. The they is just the overwhelmingly few. How about that? The overwhelmingly few don't want certain people in this country. And I'm thinking they're going to go to any means necessary to fix that. Like I said, we're decades behind. You don't think they're decades behind with their race dying? Yes. So they're taking desperate measures. It's a war. It's a war. Yeah, some people do want to be here and just make money. Some overwhelmingly few people don't want you here at all. You see where the divide comes right then and there. Now, that's when to the South Americans, to the Mexicans, to whoever. If I told you that they'll probably never accept you for a long period of time in this country, what would you do? Black people, if I told you that they've been trying to get us up out of here since the Declaration of Independence, what would you do? That's for you to decide. It's for you to decide, Like I said, don't feel so small. But you're obviously not too big. But to my people, watch out with some of the steps and actions you want to take on shit like this that quote unquote doesn't affect you. First off, I don't think God likes ugly. Second off, I don't think you're doing God a favor by saying, they don't look like me. Fuck it. You're very Europeanized. He don't look like me, so fuck what he go through. You're very Europeanized and y'all don't even get it. And who cares if, quote unquote, some Mexicans or South Americans or whoever hasn't fought for you? Some of them. Who cares? Who are you? You telling me you gotta move on the basis of what other people do? No, you don't. But you don't have your own mind or your own logic or your own way of thinking. So half the time you just blurting shit out there. But let me go ahead and get out of here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, I'm bringing a bunch of shit to this channel. A bunch of shit. It's not about to just be one thing. I might be talking about, I don't know, Young Thug tomorrow. But nah, let me get about here for this video get too long. Like I said, go tap in the description and shit. Let me know what y'all want, any topics y'all want me to hit on. Peace.